All right, I'm here with Patrick Hager, head cross-country coach. Season is winding down, and you got the penultimate meet here, hosting the Empire 8 Championships again for another time. Talk a little bit about just what that means to be able to host this championship event on your home course.
Yeah, last time we hosted was 2015, and through the rotation, it's back to us here. So, I just think we have a really good course. It's flat, it's fast, it's probably the best groomed course we go to, just to be honest. So hopefully a lot of students and faculty and staff and community come down to cheer. So I guess home course advantage hopefully will be a thing. We'll see.
Tell me, you guys have kind of had some a few meets late in the season, but you've had some time off. What's the goals during those times off as you prep for a meet like this?
Yeah, it's kind of getting a few like key workouts in and some last couple weeks of like really good volume, so we can focus on that instead of worrying about trying to compete as hard. And so we'll do like a time trial, which we did last weekend as well, just to kind of keep them in the competitive spirit, which I think works really well. It's one of those things that if things go well Saturday, you're a genius. If it doesn't, maybe you think you should have competed one of those weeks, but it's worked out for us in the past. So,
okay. On the individual side, early on, you've had some of your top runners have been the top runners in the conference and had some of the top times. Talk a little bit about who those leaders and who should we see being at the front of the pack on Saturday.
Sure. Yeah. So for the men, really young team. Our entire top 6 or 7 are freshmen, sophomores, or juniors. So Caleb Casper has kind of taken a big leap this year. He's taken about a minute off his time in the AK and sort of asserted himself in that like conversation of being top 5 or 6, 7 in the race, first team all conference there. So we expect to see him up there, but he's still there's still some moving pieces of the conference there, so we'll see where he falls. The rest of that pack should probably be still several all conference performances from Zach Tucker, Amos, Sam, JJ, Ben Allen. They've all got to be up there, so we'll see. And the women's side, yeah, there's several. I mean, if you look at the top times in the conference through the year, which you have to take with a grain of salt in cross country, we've got 4 of the top 8 or 9 fastest times in the conference. So again, that may or may not mean something on race day. Hopefully, we're hoping it does. But for Amanda Berchter and Rachel Domaraki, they've both won Empire 8 championships in the past in track, so they'll be right in that front pack. Kennedy McCoy, she's looking really good. She's looking like she's ready to make that kind of jump up to that group as well. And Noah Lindenfelser, our freshman, has been right there with Kennedy. So I expect all of them to be there. Tabitha Clark is one of the top middle distance runners in the conference, so we need her to be right up there, in the teens as well, to have a chance at the team title. So
this is probably repetitive, but who are those teams that you guys are chasing and you want to get past to finish among the top in the conference?
Yeah, in both genders, it's kind of the past few years, it's kind of really been a battle between Naz, Fisher, and Houghton on both sides. For the men, we've kind of been third the past 3 seasons to them, so we're still trying to brainstorm how to crack that. Naz for the men is pretty solidified. They have to, I think between them and Fisher, that'll be a great battle, and we're going to try to clip one of them if we can on the men's side. But and Utica kind of is creeping up on the men's side, getting a little bit better. So the top 3 finish should be really doable, but we have to make sure we do our part to not get caught by anybody else either. On the women's side, same thing. Naz and Fisher. I think we won in 2019, and Fisher won the past 2 years, and so now all 3 teams are kind of just honestly pretty even. So it's going to be just how the bodies sort of go and in places there. So that'll actually be a really fun team battle to watch. On the women's side, yeah.
Hosting has like the psychological home course advantage, but what's the course look like out there when you're walking it? You were talking a little bit earlier about how it feels and how does that play into the strengths of this team?
Well, I mean, we try to get out there for a few key workouts to just get them to visualize running hard, especially on the back parts of the course where there's really not, as a fan, you can't really make it to the back part of the course and back, so most of the fans congregate in sort of that like central part. So running some of those sections hard hopefully will be advantageous in workouts so that they can get there where there's nobody around and still push hard. Yeah, it's like a lot of leaves blowing around. It's double lined with paint. We're gonna have flagging out there. We're gonna have a lot of banners for the Empire 8 and Houghton. So as they come through that central part, there's gonna be a lot of hype from the fans, and we've got a pretty good like cheering crew of students, I think, that are planning on coming down. So hope that pushes us a little bit.
So I never thought about that, but there is a mental. Obviously, running is a lot of mental strength, mental toughness. But even when you're running in front of someone, or you're out there by yourself, where it's you and a couple other competitors, what's the dynamic of that mental game?
Yeah, I think like what we talk about a lot, and they've heard me say this a ton. It's like you've got to stay mentally kind of relaxed the first quarter to third of the race, because some people will go out and they'll be so tight worried about like where am I, where am I supposed to be, how fast am I going, that they get to the second half of the race and there's really no ability to push because they used it all. So we want them to shake their hands out, be in the packs they're supposed to be in, but be relaxed and be ready to move when they hit halfway through the race. And if they do that, every runner kind of has like a range of maybe 4 or 6 runners that they could be like ahead of or behind in the conference, and so we obviously want to be like in the front of that. So we want them to be able to hit halfway, hit that park around where that the back corner is in the Canada Park there, and be able to push from that point and start to like hunt a little bit. So we'll talk about like going hunting the second half of the race, not getting caught. There's an art to that, but everyone's grinding at that point from every team, so we'll see.
Great. All right. Good luck on Saturday to both your men and your women.
Thanks.
All right. Thanks, buddy.